getting underway in this Supreme Commander Forged Alliance casting. My name, of course, is Theta. And yeah, we're checking out two players that were on the stream, and yeah, we're gonna see what happens. This is my first proper cast of a Supreme Commander game, so we're just gonna see how it goes and see if I can accurately critique what the heck is going on. Obviously, I'm not the best player, but at the same time, I really like this game and I really like talking about it. So I feel it's totally acceptable for me to just chat about it. All right, so up in the top right hand corner, playing as the UEF, we have Undefined with a global rating of -100, although I'm pretty sure that's bollocks because he told me on the stream. Whatever. Down in the bottom left hand corner, we have got Roki. I'm gonna just call him Roki, whatever. And he is of course playing as the Aeon, I think. I think he's playing as the Aeon. I'm not entirely sure. I don't know what the symbol means. I think that sort of sums up how crappy I am at Supreme Commander. But at the same time, it is Aeon. I'm totally right. Look, he just confirmed it in the corner. This isn't live, by the way, but this is a replay. Okay, moving his commander out to presumably take the metal extractor over there. That's totally metal extractor. What am I talking about? Mass extractor. He's taking the mass extractor, and down in the left, Roki is moving to take the hydrocarbon power plant, and that is of course going to give him an obscene amount of energy. So I don't really know what the strategy is going to be here, but I would presume that it's going to involve a great many ground units and almost zero naval units, because of course this map has no sources of water for any boats or submarines or cruisers or anything, or destroyers or aircraft carriers, anything. There's nothing of the sort up there, but there is a couple of reclaim patches that are available, a couple of little rocks that you can take up, give you a nice little boost to the amount of metal that you have. Also, there is some structures in the center which could be of some value to you if you get out there fast enough. Obviously, we are definitely going to be seeing commanders push out of their base, probably with their ACUs. Although when they do that is to be determined. Undefined going for the 4 factories around the hydrocarbon power plant, giving him the production bonus. I think it's a production bonus there. So that'll be really interesting. That'll be really interesting to see what's going on here. And down here we have just got, let's see what we've got going on down here. All right. We've got some power gens, we've got some air factories going down, and then we've got some more land factories that are going to go around this mass extractor as well. So definitely we can see straight from the get-go that Undefined is definitely being more ambitious with the amount of factories that he is building. So he's got land factory, and then obviously the established land factory up there in the top right-hand corner. Okay. Fantastic. However, we do see an air factory coming down from Roki. Now, I'm surprised by that, in all honesty. This is somewhat of a more land-concentrated map. I'm not saying that it's not suited to air, but the amount of times that I've played on it, which is admittedly few, I've never really seen anybody go air to any. So they've never really committed fully to air. It's always ended rather quickly through a ground attack rather than a land attack. Anyway, we are going to see a nice little snipe off of this engineer up here by the light assault bot. Wow, that's a really good pick off. That's really nice. I mean, obviously the fact that you've killed an engineer is phenomenal. That is really great news, because that is obviously denying your opponent the ability to build more stuff, and building more stuff means more higher percentage chances of winning. So yeah, there we go, technical terms for you. But yeah, no, we're still we've not seen any more land factories. I do worry for Roki. He may not be able to keep up with the amount of build power that Undefined has. Already we are seeing a large swathe of units that are coming in Roki's direction. Commander did manage to get up inside this little compound, managed to get a little bit of reclaim from it. That's probably going to help his economy out just a touch. However, good news. Good news. Aircraft are now a thing. We are fully engaging in aircraft combat. Undefined's ACU is all the way out there. It doesn't really matter, in all honesty. Doesn't really matter. There's not any real chance of him being damaged to any serious degree. Although it's looking bad. It's looking fairly bad for Roki. He is massively outgunned when it comes to ground troops. Already the commander is being engaged, although the bomber will potentially take a little chunk out of the enemy unit's health. Although I think it's already becoming pretty self-evident that Undefined has got a substantially larger number of ground units on the field. Bomber up here, could it do some damage? There's 2 engineers there that are just begging to be killed by this Tech 1 bomber. Begging to be killed. It's coming back on. Can he manage to get rid of the bombers? I mean, bombers? Get rid of the engineers. That's really what it's got to be about. Got to get rid of the engineers. Wow, manages to get 2. That is fantastic. That is really, really good. It's fantastic. That's up to 3 kills on the tier 1 bomber. So totally worth it, without a shadow of a doubt. Roki is actually winning in terms of score, but I don't really think score means that much, to be honest. Pushing his commander out, in all honesty, that's a really valid thing to do. Very powerful move. He is starting to get somewhat of a foothold when it comes to ground units. I appreciate that. You know what? I can get behind that. Obviously, we are seeing a little counter to what is going on here. Roki's units will be slightly out of position when it comes to defending against this counter. There's a wall off that's gone down up there, and I would imagine that Roki is probably trying to wall off this area as well. Indeed he is. He's not going to make it. He's definitely going to lose that engineer, and that is very, very unfortunate for him, because now he is going to have a large amount of units that are out of position, although not as out of position as they could have been if they chased after those 3 units up there. But definitely these units coming through the middle here is going to hurt him, and he's going to lose that mass extractor. And you know what, that's 2 mass, that's not an awful lot, but you know, in the early game every little bit of mass counts for something, and if Undefined decides to push down to the bottom, then he's going to score another 3 metal extractors. Metal extractors? Mass generators? What the fuck am I saying? What the fuck am I saying? Mass extractors. That is what I'm talking about. I've been playing a lot of Planetary Annihilation today. Yeah, no. Okay, great. Fantastic. It's good to see. Good to see. Undefined aggressively pushing his commander out. Tech 1 bomber really can do almost nothing to this commander, and by this time it looks indeed like Undefined has managed to get an air factory up and running. Roki in the chat, fuck Aeon, man. Yeah, obviously not a huge fan of Aeon on this map. I mean, it's becoming apparent why. His commander up here, he's having to be very, very conservative with his use of power and whatnot. I mean, he's right on the line here. Occasionally power stalling, which is not really what you want to see. I mean, if ever there was a time to not power stall, it would be at the start of the game. But obviously you can't really choose when you power stall. Well, I suppose you can if you play better, but hey ho. Only 3 land factories down for the Aeon player in the bottom left, and 4 land factories for the UEF player, with a 5th underway. How is Undefined's economy looking? It's looking okay. It's not actually looking as good as it could be. There was a mass generator down there. A mass generator? A mass extractor down there. Gun range is done. Oh, that's very important. That gun upgrade is definitely going to help him deal damage to the opposing units. It looks like the commander is going to be the hero of this match. He is going to be defending against the UEF onslaught, which is, I don't know, a shame. I think I'd like to see other commanders doing their stuff, but it's really interesting to see that that Undefined is just not pulling back from this advanced position that he has. In fact, you know what? He's being very, very greedy, and he's building a Tech 1 point defense on his opponent's side. So I think that really shows you the mindset of these two players. You know, just aggression, 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 and these interceptors will engage the UEF interceptors. That's not really going to change much. They're just going to kill each other off. It's not really going to be hugely crazy, hugely productive, or anything of the sort. But you know, at least it's interesting, I suppose. Okay, so land factory is almost finished. It's good to see. But in all honesty, it looks like these 4 land factories. Are just continuing to pump out stuff. Just a lot of stuff on the battlefield. And, you know, while the Aeon player does have a lot of light tanks, those light tanks are just not going to be able to compete against the amount of build power that the UEF player has. I mean, admittedly, you know, tit for tat, they could probably match each other fairly well right now. I think the UEF player would still come out on top. However, it's just the fact that you've got so much more build power up here, you know, stored up and accessible at a moment's notice. And, well, saying that, the economy of Undefined is not as good as it could be. It's not as good as it could be. He needs to get out and get some of those metal extractors up and running. Although he does run the risk of getting a lone bomber that just comes and harasses him, so I appreciate why he doesn't do that. However, it looks like with this commander being substantially out of position and a force that is very, very aggressive, continually aggressive, we're going to see some very, very interesting action engaging over the next couple of minutes, for sure. Commander is getting a little bit of damage, but not enough to be serious. However, I think what's more to the point is the fact that the Aeon player is being casually pushed over to the side of the UEF. Now, I don't think that's necessarily a problem. I mean, that's good. That's good, I suppose, for Roki over here, because he will be able to do some damage to the factories and constrict some of that build power that he really needs to get under control. However, the fact that his commander is so out of position is a potential worry if Undefined suddenly manages to sort his economy, and wow, that's a lot of engineers out there. That is a lot of engineers not doing very much up in the top. So in all honesty, this could go either way at this moment in time. This is interesting. This is very interesting, and of course that interceptor being picked up for absolutely no reason, because he was lying down like a lazy interceptor, and he should have been standing up and doing some stuff. Anyway, this commander is trying to play catch up because he realizes that it has gone too far. He's come full circle. This commander actually, he's ended up going full circle, and the ACU is just going to get a run of the base. They tried a point defense was put down there, but that really didn't do anything. It really couldn't have. There is very little, I think, that Undefined can do to stop the onslaught of his base. The commander, the ACU, whatever, the ACU is massively out of position. Roki's force down here in the bottom left is actually more is you know, totally equipped to take out any of the straggling units that Undefined tries to send Roki's way. ACU is going to get up in this base, and you know, in all honesty, I think that this is just a matter of time. Yep, Undefined with the GG, Roki with the GG as well. Fantastic. I think, in all honesty, this entire game hinged on the positioning of this commander. I mean, obviously that aggressive play at the start from Undefined was completely warranted, and it didn't really pay off, but it could have if the commander Aeon can't stop a push hadn't worked out. That's why I hate them. Yeah, well, I don't know about that, but in all honesty, the Aeon player has done very well on this occasion. I think so anyway. I mean, all it's going to be is a matter of sending units this way. I mean, the gun upgrades against nothing. I mean, what are we? We're 45 kills on the Aeon ACU to 23 on the UEF ACU. So in all honesty, I mean, look at this arrogance. Roki is just literally just taking out the mass extractors of Undefined. He is so confident in his victory. Obviously, it's already been GG'd, but you know what? Hey ho, come on, just finish it up, boys. Finish it up. Let's make the time go a little bit quicker. There we go. There we go. Into the corner. Not like it makes a damned difference. Not like it makes a damn difference. Nothing else going on in the chat. Aeon's units are coming in to clean up the trash, in effect. And with 860 health, it's not going to be long before Undefined is destroyed. After a very, very good game. Well played to both teams. Fantastic effort. I honestly think that could have gone either way. It was just the positioning of the commander that I think killed it. The commander was very much out of position when it came to the crucial moment. Roki was in a very precarious situation when he was upgrading his gun over in this area. That could have gone bad for him. Obviously it didn't. Things all worked out fine, and that's just how it is sometimes. That's just how it is. Sometimes you just get the strangest things happen. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, my name of course has been Theta. Thank you very, very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.